Oh, yo, 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 yo. Oh, oh, what's up, guys? I didn't see you guys there. Anyway, for today, we are gonna be talking about Fadia's Ultimate Team. Now, I could have mentioned this on the last video, but I really wanted to get to know and play all the different characters to find out the perfect team that I want to be running with our main girl Fadia right here. So, without further ado, let's get into it. Let's go to formations so that you can see why I run these characters. So obviously Hathor is a very good damage unit. She is also non-meta because of course Nonali is better. But because of this game's endgame, wherein you need to actually invest in 8 characters in total, not just 4, Hathor is a very good damage DPSer to be paired with Fadia. Fadia and Nanali don't really mix well. They have no synergy, but Hathor and Fadia do. So Hathor, Fadia, W. Now for Fadia to actually work better than what she normally is, although she is good without Daffodil, Daffodil just activates her and makes her even more of a tank max HP stacking demon. Plus, she supports the team a lot better with Daffodil. I'll explain in a little bit. So, of course, we need Daffodil to activate her properly. And Sakiri is a very powerful unit because she buffs our damage. 1, she's a good buffer. 2, she's a good stacker. 3, she's a good CC'er, especially if you can get another copy of her. But I only have one, I don't have a copy. But she's okay even without it. Plus, the synergy of this team works really well. As you can see right here, as long as these things are connected, it's a good synergy bond. So let's take a look at my team and why I chose these characters. Alright, so the cycle Esper for Fadia is called Nova. It's a 5-second debuff or 5-second thing. It stays on the enemy within 5 seconds, and at the end of it, the target takes massive mental damage. But the cycle enchantment of Fadia is called Furnace of Guilt. It allows all allies to drain max HP from the target when Nova ends. So after this 5 seconds, this activates. The target loses max HP equal to 200% of Fadia's base max HP. So that's a huge chunk of damage right there that gets drained from the boss. And each ally gains max HP equal to 10% of Fadia's base max HP. To give you an idea on how powerful this damage actually is, it's a little bit weaker than an ultimate critting on a DPS character. So it's a pretty good burst damage bonus, especially if you're building mental damage. If you're not building mental damage, then it's okay. This is an even bigger damage if you build mental damage. All right, so that's why we run Daffodil, right? Because of this combination. But it doesn't end there. Sakiri and Daffodil also have their own synergy called Scorch. Inflict Scorch to targets for 15 seconds, dealing damage over time after triggering Esper cycle. I have not upgraded my Sakiri, which I should, because it increases the damage over time taken by 25% for each type of damage over time effect, while in Scorch stay up to 100%. There could be a very powerful Scorch build out there. I have yet to experiment, but I'm pretty sure there is because otherwise this thing wouldn't be there. So damage over time stuff could be very powerful. I'm guessing it has something to do with Remora plus Scorch, but we'll see. So this is a very good stat for Sakiri and Daffodil's combo. But it doesn't end there. Hathor and Fadia have their own cycle Esper ability that works between them, increasing the target's psychic and Lakshana damage taken by 20%. That is huge. Or up to 12 seconds after triggering the Esper cycle. Now the thing with Hathor, you're only gonna give Stain to Fadia, right? You're always gonna give Stain to Fadia, and Fadia's damage with her uh, regular skill ability will be stronger, and her basic attacks will be stronger as well. Unfortunately, it doesn't really affect it. I mean, it does a little bit. I have noticed that my ultimate hits a little bit harder, but it doesn't benefit fully because it doesn't say mental damage. But I guess we deal a little bit of psychic damage while doing our ultimate. I could be wrong here, but I've noticed it is dealing more damage while the enemy is stained. Right? So huge bonus there. Then you'll have the option. It's always situational, but sometimes you want to stain using Fadia, swapping to Hathor, making Hathor's skill damage or everything deal 20% more damage. Just a huge buff for her. So a combo I like to do is I use the ultimate of Sakiri, then I swap to Fadia, and then I'll just stain the enemy with Fadia swapping to Hathor, and then Hathor just deals massive damage because of all of those bonuses altogether. And I'll show you how big the bonus can actually be. Alright? But that's not all. We also have Discord. Discord basically deducts a percentage of the target's break when they are simultaneously affected by Nova and Scorch. This is actually huge. This is a big break percentage that gets removed. It's a big chunk of that shield bar that the enemy has. If you're able to pull off Discord, boy, it deals a lot of break damage. Because of course, Daffodil's special enchantment, it further reduces the target's break cap by 10% for 30 seconds. Right? So it's instantly reducing the shield bar by 10%. It's minus already. While affected by Discord, and restores it to normal upon leaving combat. Stacks Discord enchantment effect up to a maximum reduction of 30% of the target's initial break cap. Dude, you could make it like 70% bar and then you do a Discord damage. That thing just disappears really quickly. So yeah, Discord I think is a sleeper, very important Esper cycle ability. So that's basically it. We can't like have anything else, but that's still pretty good. You have 4 cycle or Esper cycle abilities that's active with this team combination. Now let's talk about how their skills, how their how they just all work together really well. All right, so if you go over to the character side of things, let's start off with Sakiri. Sakiri is almost always our combo starter. She almost always is. Alright, so her skill, Devour Whole. If you don't already know, it's a gravity pulling skill. It pulls all the enemies close, makes them all stack on top of each other. And then her ultimate ability suppresses them, meaning they can't move. Plus, it increases the team's attack, excluding Sakiri, based on Sakiri's base attack. So the more attack she has, the better her buff. I have to work on this character so that her buff is stronger on me. But normally, by the end of a full cycle around the enemies, this ultimate is almost always active after I do like my combos on my other characters. So it's a pretty nice smooth cycle wherein you swap back to her when it's time to deal big damage. But she is a great CC'er and a good stacker for said damage. Alright, so that's why we start with her. But that's not the only reason why, because of the console I run on her. As you can see here, I run Speedy Hedgehog, and on the fourth ability and the second ability, the charge efficiency is 12%. That's why you want her to ult as much as possible. That's why I run this. Increases all allies' attack by 15% for 20 seconds after wearer casts ultimate. So it's 15% on top of her whatever attack percentage she gives based off her base attack. That altogether is a big boost of damage. That's why she is a goated character to have on your main team. All right, next up, um, Daffodil's abilities aren't too important. It's good for damage. Don't get me wrong, but it doesn't like buff the rest of the team. She is the damager. You can make her the main DPS if you want to on a different team. Like you could set this up a little bit more differently, having more Scorch available. But I think this is fine for now for the team that I'm running. She is just a sub DPSer. I mostly use her just for Discord and just a little bit more damage in between because there's that lull of no damage. So I need to work on her skills, leveling them up a little bit more. I need more of this thing. I will be farming this today. Alright, so next up, we talk about Fadia, of course. Nova, ultimate, big damage. This is really good for just dealing damage with psychic damage. You just let the enemies hit you. That way you don't have to like dash and hit. You just keep wailing on them and then you pop your ultimate. Now, why I like Hathor is because of the charge ability of her E or of her skill. This thing does so much AoE damage. Just hold the button down and it deals so much damage. Plus the ult into skill combo is insane. Very, very strong burst DPSer. She's basically the star of my team. And this is like the dark star. The one that's actually doing a lot of work in the background. Still dealing quite a lot of damage. I love this unit. She is the best. I've literally gone from 1 HP all the way back up to 20,000 HP. She also has this, I don't know why, but the game, when I have her on the field, she goes down to 1 HP no matter whatever the damage is. They like give her like second life or something. Yeah, she is very good. So it's like, okay, oh no, when you see that 1 HP, just pop your ultimate and then it heals like 7,000 HP. Then you swap off and do it again. So yeah, this is my team. I will give you guys my updated Fadia build because I did change something with her. If you want to see that, wait for the next video. Of course, hit that like, hit that sub so that you don't miss anything that I put out there. If you like NTE, I'ma keep it coming. That's it for this video. I hope you guys liked it. Like, sub. I'll see y'all on the next video. Peace!